Welcome to another episode of What God Can Do. Today we have with us again Bishop Michael Reid, who is the founder of What God Can Do Ministries and the Bishop of the Global Gospel Fellowship. We also have the co-founder of What God Can Do Ministries, Dr. Ruth Reid, and also again we have a special guest with us, Apostle Alfred Williams from Christ Faith Tabernacle. Today also we have another special guest, Anthony Kadama from Global Media. Welcome. Thank you so much. Bishop, Apostle, we want to talk again about the ministry of apostles and prophets. And Bishop, you were saying earlier that it's important to have an apostolic voice in the church and in the nation. Tell us more about that.
Well, one of the things that's happening is a lot of young men are getting in problems. And in Africa, my good friend who's going to be with the Lord, Archbishop Benson Idahosa, he would deal with things head on. When there was a problem, everyone would look to him. And he would go and confront the president. He would go and the governors. He feared no one. And he would go, and if someone got up and preached error, he would go to the church. He would take the microphone, and he would tell them straight. He wouldn't put up with nonsense. Now that's apostolic.
Right.
T.L. Osborne, my dear friend, used to say he was the nearest to an Old Testament prophet you could get. I mean, he would go. One time they decided the president of the country, Nigeria, announced they were going to make Nigeria a Muslim nation. And so he went on television and said, "You are not." And then he went and he said to the president, he said, "From tomorrow, no Christian goes to work until you go on television and announce that Nigeria will not be a Muslim nation." And for a fortnight, nothing moved. No Christian went to work, and the Muslims don't work. It was the Christians. The transport stopped, everything stopped. Right. And so he sent for the Archbishop after a fortnight and said, "Archbishop, please ask the Christians to go back to work." And he went on television and announced it. But first of all, he threatened the army. He said, "I'll send the army in." And the Archbishop said, "If you send the army in, we will burn the whole of Nigeria." He said, "You can't threaten me. I'm the president." He said, "I'm the man of God. I'm telling you." And so we need that authority back. Now, we need it in the church. Today, what has happened is that governments have lost the ability to listen to the men of God, and we need the voice of a man of God. Apostolic ministry is for nations. Apostolic ministry is to speak the word of God to nations. God never hides anything from his prophets. Always they'll know what is coming to pass. And we haven't got in this country apostolic ministry that the government fears. And the government should fear the men of God. There should be a respect, not a terror fear, but a respect for the men of God. And one of the things that we have to see restored to the Church of Jesus Christ is the apostolic ministry, because any church must be based on the foundation of apostolic and prophetic. That is the foundation of the church. And that doesn't mean in this book, as the brethren and the charismatics, they have this hellish doctrine that, God will use anyone now, you don't need apostles. Well, we need them. You need apostolic ministry to found any church. And one of the reasons that people are making shipwreck is they don't submit to apostolic ministry, they don't listen, they don't respect. They run and they make shipwreck. And I believe apostolic ministry is essential for our well-being. And so, Apostle, we have an apostle with us.
Yes, Bishop. You know, what you're saying is just exactly. Why do apostles confront errors? It's because they are foundation builders. You know that in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, Paul said, by the grace, in verse 10, by the great grace God has given me, I laid a foundation as an expert builder. One of the grace that goes with apostolic office is, setting up, the old foundation. And, whenever an apostle sees the structure going, deviating from the foundation, he picks it up immediately by the Spirit inside and the grace and that God had done upon him. And I believe very much that, of course, too, we know there are dispensations by God. I believe the dispensation we have come into in Great Britain now, because it's obvious and very glaring that the end revival, I can say the revival for now, is going to emerge from Great Britain. And so God is going to be raising voices that will speak. Take, for instance, my program with Revelation Channel. You know, that program is, it's called Plain Truth. But what the program is set to address is errors.
Amen.
And in that program, every last Friday, Saturday of the month, I've been addressing issues of practice within the church. And a few number of times, God has allowed us to address the issue of what is going to happen in the government, like at the time of the election, who is going to win the election, like before the issue of the recession. That God said there's going to be recession. When is the recession going to finish? That was announced on the Revelations channel. But I believe also that, in our days, the secular television have not come into hearing the voice of the church. And one of the things that we owe and we have to do is to break ourselves away from Christian channels and get ourselves into the tabloid papers, into the BBC, into